Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a magnifying glass to a really fascinating corner of the commercial property market.
We are.
We're looking at a big strategic move over in Scotland. It involves a firm called HFD and its serviced office brand, Ospa.
Right.
And if you're tracking the future of work, this isn't just some local real estate story.
Not at all.
This tells us so much about how modern businesses, from agile startups all the way to major corporations, are choosing how and where they operate. It's really defining the future of flexible work.
That's absolutely right. And when you look at the sources covering this acquisition, the real story isn't the price tag.
No.
It's the profound shift in demand it represents. We're seeing these major property players having to respond to this overwhelming preference from businesses.
A preference for what?
For shedding the burden of traditional office management completely. They want solutions that are reliable, environmentally responsible, and this is the big one, totally transparent with their finances.
So, our mission today is to give you the shortcut. We're going to unpack the strategy behind this multi-million-pound deal for a building called Mercury House.
And in doing that, we'll reveal the three core elements that are driving Ospa's success.
The financial model, the integrated services, and of course, the sustainability commitment. We want you to understand how this specific approach is just capitalizing on what corporate tenants demand today.
Let's get into it.
Okay, let's unpack the hard facts first. So HFD, they're a major established property group. They've just acquired Mercury House at Strathclyde Business Park.
In a multi-million-pound deal with London Metric, yeah.
So for anyone who, follows this sector, what are the fundamental facts that anchor this whole move?
Well, we're looking at a pretty substantial asset. It's a 65,000 square foot office building.
Okay.
But like you said, the key detail isn't the size, it's the intention.
Right.
The sources are really clear that the sole purpose here is to massively expand HFD's Ospa-serviced office brand.
And Ospa is new, right?
Very new. It only launched in early 2024. So the fact that HFD is immediately making a purchase this big to fuel its growth, it just shows you the concept has proven itself incredibly quickly.
So this wasn't a slow build. This was like an explosive reaction to what tenants were asking for.
Exactly.
And here's where it gets really interesting, because it connects back to HFD's own history. They're actually buying back a building they originally built.
Way back in 1990, yeah.
And this purchase kicks off a huge renovation plan. I mean, this is not just a coat of paint.
Oh, no. It's a heavy-duty commitment to completely future-proof the asset. The fact that they're taking a structure from the 90s and pouring this much capital into it, it tells you everything about what's essential in the market today.
And that renovation is centered on what?
Two things, really. Elevating the user experience and achieving some pretty radical sustainability and decarbonization goals.
Okay, let's stick with that user experience side for a second.
Yeah.
When we say renovation, what does that actually look like? It's not just cubicles anymore.
Not at all. It's a shift from just desk space to fully integrated amenity hubs. So the plans include huge improvements to energy performance, obviously.
Of course.
But also completely modernized common areas, dedicated focus rooms, which are critical for DOP work, and these enhanced collaboration zones that, everyone needs in a hybrid world.
And what about the other infrastructure?
Well, look at the additions. Showers, which support fitness and people cycling to work, and crucially, high-capacity EV charging points.
Those aren't luxuries anymore, are they?
They're baseline requirements. If you want to attract and keep high-value tenants, you have to have them.
It makes sense. I mean, if you're going to commute to an office today, you expect it to make your life better, not harder.
It has to be a high-performance hub.
But, the idea of a serviced office has been around for decades. Ospa clearly hit a sweet spot. Let's get into their model. What's the fundamental appeal?
The appeal is really rooted in simplicity and predictability, especially on the financial side.
The all-inclusive part.
Yes, exactly. Ospa provides flexible, all-inclusive serviced office space. And their core mission is just to simplify the entire process of office management. Think about the admin overhead a small business usually faces.
Right, so if you take a traditional lease, you sign the document, you think you know your rent.
You think you do.
But then the real costs just start stacking up.
It creates enormous financial uncertainty. Your rent might be fixed, but then you've got separate bills for everything.
Utilities, cleaning, security, maintenance fees.
Service charges that just escalate out of nowhere, insurance. Suddenly your actual monthly cost is like 40% higher than what you thought, and it's totally unpredictable.
And that's a budget killer.
A total budget killer, especially if you're trying to forecast your cost for growth.
And this is where Ospa's main differentiator comes in. Their whole model is designed to just eliminate that uncertainty.
Precisely. They roll all of those costs, utilities, services, IT, maintenance, into a single consolidated bill. You get one predictable invoice.
And for a business leader, that must be a massive strategic advantage.
Huge. You move from all these fluctuating invoices to one number. It lets your team focus on their actual job, not on negotiating cleaning contracts or panicking about service charges.
So this raises a key question. Is this demand just about saving money, or is there something else going on?
Well, the feedback is really positive on both the quality of the space and the flexibility. The director of HFD Services, Rosemary Hill, she cited those two things, quality and flexibility, as the key drivers.
The market has spoken then.
It really has. Businesses are saying, we don't want a long-term liability. We want great space that can grow or shrink with us, and we want to know exactly what it costs.
And that's what forced the expansion into Mercury House so quickly.
It's what necessitated it, yeah. And we should remember, this isn't some speculative gamble for them.
No, Ospa already has an established presence.
A big one. Existing portfolios at Strathclyde Business Park and Hamilton International Park. All high-quality, sustainable spaces. They know this niche inside and out.
And that existing footprint, with its focus on renewable energy, kind of sets the stage, doesn't it?
It's crucial context. They were already building the brand on environmental responsibility, powered by 100% renewable electricity. They set their own benchmark for quality, so this expansion is just consistent with their brand promise.
Okay, so let's pivot from the financial clarity of the single bill to the operational backbone that makes it all possible.
HFD's integrated capabilities.
Right. The sources really emphasize this. They're not just a landlord buying a building and outsourcing everything. What does vertical integration actually mean for the tenant?
It means complete end-to-end control over quality and consistency. The HFD group uses its own subsidiaries, other parts of its own company, to deliver basically every service you could need.
So they control the entire life cycle. Acquisition, construction, management.
All of it. Maintenance, renewables, the tech provision, everything.
So when you, the tenant, move in, you're tapping into a system where one provider controls every single aspect of that building.
Exactly. It's the complete opposite of that patchwork of third-party vendors you usually get.
So if the internet goes down,
the same integrated team that installed the fiber is the team that fixes it. If the AC fails, it's not some separate vendor arguing with a facilities manager. It's one unified service structure.
That sounds great for quality control. But let me just play devil's advocate for a second. If I'm a smaller business, don't I lose some control there? What if I want a niche IT solution that they don't offer?
That's a really relevant point. But the model works because it delivers this standardized excellence that meets, say, 95% of what high-end businesses need, but faster and more consistently than they could ever achieve on their own.
Okay.
That vertical integration just ensures a really wide array of critical services are kept at a consistently high standard.
So let's just list some of those services again, because they're so key to the plug-and-play idea.
We're talking about things built right into the offering. Enterprise-grade broadband and telecoms.
Oh.
Essential.
Can't live without it.
Sophisticated unified security systems, premium guest services, and collaboration spaces that are just kept flawlessly functional.
And the IT side.
Advanced IT and data center capabilities built right into the core infrastructure. For a business traveler or a corporate team trying to set up fast, this saves weeks, maybe even months, of operational headaches.
So that comprehensive approach, it means they control the entire experience, from the foundation of the building to the coffee in the kitchen.
It removes all that management friction. It links perfectly back to that all-inclusive promise.
Yeah.
You can genuinely just show up and plug in.
It's really a risk mitigation strategy.
It is. Businesses today, especially the agile ones, they just don't have the time or the expertise to become experts in building operations.
Yeah.
You want that handled by an expert team.
Right, which lets them focus on making money.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move to the third critical driver, sustainability. We've touched on it, but we need to really underscore how important this is. Investing this heavily in decarbonization, it's way more than a marketing slogan now.
Oh, it's a fundamental investment. And more than that, it's a commercial necessity.
So why are businesses today willing to pay a premium for a super efficient green office space?
Two main reasons, really. First, the long-term operational cost of inefficient buildings is just too high. with energy prices all over the place. By investing in this now, HFD future-proofs the building and keeps operating costs down.
And that benefits the tenant, too.
It does. And the second reason, which is maybe even more powerful, is corporate responsibility. Companies, big and small, are under huge pressure to meet their own ESG targets.
Environmental, social, and governance goals.
Right. So if you're a high-profile corporate tenant, your choice of office reflects on your own brand.
Your office is part of your supply chain, part of your operational footprint.
Exactly. And if your landlord can guarantee that your office is sustainable, powered by 100% renewable electricity, and actively decarbonizing, it just simplifies your own ESG reporting immensely.
It's become a non-negotiable asset.
It has. The tenant is looking for a workspace that aligns with their corporate values, and HFD is delivering that. It's a complete reversal from 20 years ago.
When tenants would have to manage that themselves, now they demand the landlord build it in from day one.
It has to be baked into the asset itself. The commitment to EV charging, renewables, it all shows that quality and flexibility today have to be paired with real environmental responsibility.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's just consolidate what we've learned here. This Ospa expansion, it's signaling a really clear market preference.
A definitive one. Tenants are actively moving away from the complexity of traditional leases.
And they're prioritizing these consolidated, high-quality solutions.
And we've pulled out 3 core drivers behind this success. First, the transparency of that all-inclusive pricing model.
Right. Second, the quality you get from the fully integrated service delivery.
And third, the commitment to uncompromising sustainability goals that meet those modern corporate requirements.
The demand for flexibility and quality has basically transformed the serviced office sector from a niche solution into a major strategic investment priority.
And this rapid shift towards simplification, quality, and environmental responsibility, it isn't just defining the market in Scotland, it's really establishing a new global blueprint.
Which brings us to our final provocative thought for you to consider. How will this global trend towards a single, consolidated bill covering everything from rent to IT to decarbonization costs, how will that fundamentally change the traditional financial relationship between businesses and their landlords?
It's a great question.
As these high-quality, sustainable assets become a prerequisite, not a luxury, how much longer can that complex, unpredictable, traditional lease structure even remain viable against this simpler, more integrated model? Something to mull over as you track the future of real estate.
Until next time, keep digging deeper.